So how much of the conversation that is happening with African Americans on the left is now starting to veer into anti-white hatred? I think maybe way too much. What's going on, everybody? At the first, this is Rob Smith, and look, like all of you, I see all of the videos and all of the imagery that is coming out from the internet, from Twitter, from social media. I see white people being attacked on the streets for being white by people who call themselves Black Lives Matter protesters. I see some of the language that's coming from entertainers like Nick Cannon, who are basically engaging in anti-white racism, saying on his podcast that white people are savages and that their melanin deficiency causes them to be more violent and want to dominate, and to engage in this idea that just because we as black people, that I as a black person have more melanin, it somehow gives me a higher level of compassion than white people. So I'm seeing all of this stuff just like you, and it makes me ask the question, how much of the conversation that is being had among African Americans on the left right now is about true racial reconciliation, is about us truly coming together, or how much of this stuff is really just anti-white racism wrapped up in wokeness? No, there's a reason why I'm not angry. There's a reason why I'm not outraged. There's a reason why I'm not going super hard right now, because I'm really trying to understand this. And what I'm starting to realize is that on the left, among a certain subset of black leftist pseudo-intellectuals, it's just openly okay to hate white people. Imagine a white pundit, whether it's politics or entertainer or comedian or whatever, imagine a white guy getting away with saying some of the things that Nick Cannon said. Imagine if we had roving packs of white people on the streets that were engaging in racial hatred against African Americans. So what I'm trying to say is that anti-white racism is still racism, and there's far too much of this that is coming from the left. So the question is, how do we break through this? How do we get past that? How do we come together as Americans? I'm still trying to figure that out, and you're probably still trying to figure it out too. The only thing that I know for sure, 110%, is that the rhetoric and the language that we're seeing from some of these people, it's not gonna bring America together. The behavior from some of the protesters that we're seeing on the streets, it's not about equality. It's not about demanding justice. It's about revenge. It's about it being okay to hate white people. It's about it being okay to silence them and to tell them to shut up, like on Instagram where they had a sticker that was called Mute White People. So for me, thinking about all of this stuff, as somebody who's still a black man in America, conservative or not, that really wants to see us come together as the USA, a country that I love, where do we come back, or how do we come back from the moment in American society that we're in right now, where it's okay for people to engage in anti-white hatred? So the answers that are going to bring this country together, from the right and from the left, from black and from white, it's not gonna be in racial hatred. It's not gonna be in the politics of division. It's not gonna be in the politics of revenge. So it is going to have to be a place where we can recognize anti-white racism for what it is and call it out and end it, because we gotta come together as Americans. And that's not the way to do it.